Alrighty, here we're with Sparking Zero finally, and today I have 7 tips to help you improve. And maybe you don't know about them, you're not like using them like you should be, but here's the video. Very first tip. The most important tip is super countering. Now you could easily practice this in the tutorial mode by going to the tutorial and then go to the advanced and then advanced counters and use super counter right here. This is super important because it does not take any of your resources and you get a combo follow-up. Free combo follow-up. That's why it's super good. You want to practice this and you want to get the timing. Now how to practice the timing: go to battles, go to super training, go to training, pick your character, doesn't matter, and this is the mechanic that's gonna take time. Give it a couple days until you master this mechanic. If you don't get it at first, don't get frustrated. One thing: put the training mode, opponent settings, and put them to rush attacks, and this is how you're gonna practice your super countering. One thing you don't want to do, like this, hold up and mash X, that does not work. You guys hear me mashing? That does, you cannot mash. This is not a mashable thing. You have to time the super counter, just like that. You have to time it right before you're gonna get hit. Now again, this is gonna require a couple days to master because you gotta practice the timings of the combos. And you could also super counter anywhere in the combo. It does not have to be in the beginning. It could be anywhere. Just like right there, super counter. Okay, now the second thing is also in the tutorial. This is one of the best tutorials ever. It's just a lot of things to keep track of at once. Again, you're gonna go into the tutorial, advanced settings, counters, advanced counters, and you want to go to Z counter. This is the second best defensive mechanic you can use, which is right at about you're gonna hit, you vanish. You want to tap it. You don't hold, because if you hold, you're just gonna block. You want to make sure you time the tap so you vanish behind them. That is also big. Now you're gonna want to go into the training and put your bot to rush chains. Instead of rush attacks, rush chains. And that's what you want to practice that. Now this bot doesn't actually continue the Z counters, but you guys could continue Z countering until someone runs out of key or someone messes up the timings. So again, this is another timing thing that you want to practice. Okay, enough about defensive mechanics. Let's talk about offensive mechanics that I don't see people talk about in their tips and tricks guides, which this is broken. I don't know why people don't talk about it. When you hear all this, right, it's not like a true combo. Obviously, anything in this game could be super countered. That's why I talked about it as the very first tip. Anything could get super countered. But if they don't know about it or they mistime it, they could still block this. So what if instead you're behind them where they cannot block? But you're like, how do I get behind them when I'm doing a combo in front? And I'm not talking about flipping them over like this, because that's a faster, easier way to do it with every character. Just vanish behind them. That's all you gotta do. Now all you have to do is light, right RB. Or left, whatever feels more comfortable. That's all you gotta do. You could even do after the first hit. It does not matter. What you want is to get behind them, to get the back, so then it becomes an actual combo. Use this, please. It's really good. You can mix it up whenever you want to do it. Just right and RB, or left and RB. teleport behind them, get their back. Get the back shots in. That's huge for offense. Another thing that's really good that people don't use is, you see my meter, Reddit's meter that's on 1 and it's filling up. You want to use that bar. You see right now it's at 2. I could, for full power, it costs 3. As you can see right here, full power 3 and then Saint Spirit 3. Use your bar for those buffs. Every character has different buffs. Some have better buffs than other ones, but you want to use them. Another thing that the bar is really useful for is revenge counters. Now again, this is another defensive mechanic, but it takes 2 bars, by the way, to do a revenge counter. And how, just like Vegeta did right there, you see he has 1 bar now. He had 3, but now to counter their revenge counter, all you gotta do is hold B in standard controls. In classic, it would be Y and B or triangle and circle. Countered it, and you get a follow-up combo. Easy. Now again, you have to remember, they can only revenge counter if they have 2 bar or more. So that's a big thing to keep in mind. If they don't have 2 bar, they cannot revenge counter. You do not have to think about it. Another huge thing is, you ever realize that you're playing and people get behind you with a Z burst? Use your Z burst. In standard controls again, it's charge and X. But you have to push them 2 times. Because if you only push it once, you're just gonna fly at them straight and you're gonna probably get hit by super or whatever else they do. So make sure you do this 2 times. Right trigger and X or A twice, and you get instantly behind them. This is good again because you get the actual combo. Now one of the biggest things everywhere is perception. Everyone and their mother is doing this. As you see, Vegeta's doing it right here. Just random timing, because there's no like... That is huge. You want to use this as well. It's really good because you could even block and then use it. Perception. So, these are ways to beat it. Because a lot of people are mashing this. Easy ways to beat it is just keep blasting. And then into a combo. Right, so if you notice your opponent doing it, just wait for them to do it and key blast them and then get a combo. Now the timing is kind of strict, as you see right there. I key blast them and he still managed to perception. Just make sure you get 3 key blasts at least. With 3, I find more consistently you do get the combo. And another different way of beating perception, people mashing it, is vanish behind them. No one's using this, just vanish behind them. You do this in standard with X and A or square and X on PlayStation. And again, you get a follow-up. So it's really good because 1, you beat perception, 2, you get a follow-up. 2 ways of beating it.